Good ending, good ending. I guess let's start with chapter 4. I don't know why my achievements is on the left side, even though it should be on the right side. Yeah, can I change it? No, I can't do it now. Blossoming Attorney. Twisted Kama and his last bow. Let's go in. And what's this? The Resolve of Inosuke Naruhodo? Let's go. Chapter 4. Or episode 4. It was indeed a most bizarre incident born of a curious advertisement and commonplace killing at the edge of town.
Pipe in hand, Sholmes looked down at the thick, rolling fog outside our window. I wonder exactly how many mysteries are out there, hidden within this bed of fog, he said. Indeed, a most bizarre incident, born of a curious advertisement. A hellhound's mad gallop through the shadows of a serial murder. An executed man's graveyard resurrection in the dead of night. And a commonplace killing in a small, forgotten room at the edge of town. There is, naturally, always another side to every case, of which most remain ignorant. And it is that other side which compels me to the scene of the crime, Wilson. So quickly now, take your hat and let's be on our way, my dear fellow. For our adventure is not over yet. Come, the game is afoot.
Eight days after the earth-shattering trial and Kazuma regaining his memory, we were in the foyer of one of London's most luxurious hotels, the Great Waterloo Hotel. Real place, right? I hope so. It is a real place, right? Waterloo Hotel. What was it called? The Great Waterloo? I don't know. I've never been in London. Professor Mikotoba is due to arrive at any moment. Yes, I'm so glad we got here in time. Saz-san hasn't been the same since what happened. Not that I'm surprised. Truth about Kazuma-san's, Kazuma-san was father. Do you suppose my father knew that he was actually the mass murderer, the professor? You mean? I knew that's what she was thinking about. There's a good chance, I say. I mean, they did come here to London together 16 years ago, didn't they? Yes, that's true. Come to think of it, didn't you say that Professor Mikotoba knew about Kazuma going missing in Hong Kong as well? That's right, but for some reason, he wasn't at liberty to talk to me about it. The witted. Talk to me about it. There we go. I was about to burp and I just did. Ah, there she is. Excuse me? Father? Wait, who's that guy on the right? Oh, it's Mikotoba. What the hell? How are you? And that's the judge. That's Mikotoba. You look someone completely different. July, you're safe and sound. Hello, Miss Naruhodo. Very kind of you to take the trouble to meet us here. Oh no, not all. It's my pleasure. I've heard all about your extraordinary exploits here in London, you know. The news has crossed the seas. It has. Always look forward to reading the monthly reports that arrive with the steamships from Britain. Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. Who is this man, and why do I feel as though I've seen him before? Come on, man. It's the judge. Huh, I take from your expression that you can't quite place me. In that case, how about a little reminder, Seishiro? Firm tap you're doing. Yes. Firm tap? What? Here we go, then. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, guilty. Ah. Oh, yeah. He's the judge. I don't know why he brought his hammer with him. When we fought, Pain. Going out here, the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah. Excellency. Hello, Judge Jigoku? How are you? It's been some time. Good you remembered now. That really did the trick. Guilty. Only I was declared not guilty, wasn't I? There was no laughing at the time. So, London again after all this time. Hard to believe it's been 10 years. So, yeah, so that means the 3 people must have been Jigoku. I think it was mentioned before, right? Jigoku, Kazuma's father, and Mikotoba. To be honest, I never thought I'd be back. Neither did I. I didn't imagine Japan would ever be fighting. Oh, and I'm yawning. Really, I doubt anyone did, to be honest. It's all thanks to you, isn't it, Seishiro? What are you talking about, Junji? Never mind. Of course, Eugen. Judge Jigoku. He's the other man who 16 years ago came to London with Kazuma's father and Professor Mikotoba. He's the 3rd visiting scholar. Man, he made quite a name, yeah. Well, all the passport checks and leisure search at the bottom took rather a lot of time. I must say, I'm envious of your ministerial status. You didn't have to go through any of that, did you? I knew you were jealous. Sorry, ministerial status? Yes. Didn't you know Seishiro is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs? It was his personal instance that allowed you to get here with Kazuma. Alright, Ilia's charge. I have a feeling it's either going to be Mikotoba that's going to die or Jigoku, which is going to be bad. Oh yes, Naoto. I received a telegram from Lord Stronghand yesterday. Oh, you did? It appears that some things came to light in the trial you were involved with 8 days ago. About what happened 10 years ago. That tragedy. So that's got a bit as like, father... You know, he's a bit suspicious, ain't he? Oh god, your journey from Japan, how was it? So, how was the voyage here? Well, 50 days at sea is a long time by anyone's standards. Ooh, that is long. Wasn't bad when we first came here 16 years ago. No, that's true. Then I truly wondered if we would be drifting in the vast ocean for the rest of our lives. This time we followed the same route as you, so we were able to relax and enjoy the experience. Alright, so it was still in the works. Oh, so stopped in France's beautiful capital, Paris. We did, yes. Though only for one night. And yesterday evening we left the port of Dunkirk for Dover. Just in time for the Synopsium, in fact. It starts tomorrow. Alright, the Synopsium. That's where everyone's coming to, right? International event. Very proud of you, father. It's thanks to Seishiro here. 16 years ago, he managed to congratulate himself with Britain's Attorney General. I'm sure that's why he was invited. I suppose you could say I'm something of an appendage by default. Speak for yourself, Eugen. You were close friends with the Professor of Forensic Science at a major hospital. Yes, well, I'd rather not dredge all that up, really. No. There's been a lot of water under the bridge since then, but it doesn't bring him back. Kazuma's father, I suppose. Oh, I thought it was, sheath, you know? Professor, the killer who took the lives of 5 members of the British aristocracy, yeah, whatever, was actually, I nearly got it, aristocracy, there we go, was actually Kazuma's father, wasn't it? I still struggled with it, though. That's correct. Genshin Asoki. Genshin. Damn. Well, name Genshin. Alright, Genshin Impact, yeah, there we go. Say it, Jeff. It's Genshin Impact, yeah, you know. Don't know, it's not funny, it's not, it's just, they both have the same name, that's basically it. That's the joke. So the public never knew the truth, and he was executed with little ado. To this day, very few people know what really happened, even in our homeland. What about Kazuma? Did he know? Did he know truth about his father? No, of course not. He was told his father passed from sickness. Yeah, that's why he left pretty quick then. However, I suspect he may have had his doubts. Oh, why? As you know, I tried to guide Kazuma growing up as if he was my own son. But one day, he came to my office at the university and said, I've decided I want to travel to Great Britain and study there. Do you think he wanted to come here, investigate his father's death? Yeah. He told me that. He 100% told me that. Well, he did. He said he had some other things to do in Britain. When I looked into his eyes, I did know that there was no way I was able to stop him. Something else came to light in that trial the other day, actually. For what? For having having disappeared in Hong Kong. Kazuma has since turned up here in London, working as the apprentice of Lord Van Zeeks. What? What? That's news to us. So... Lord Stronghand's telegram neglected to mention that part then. As you know, we both thought Kazuma had died on the steamship during our voyage to Great Britain in January. But he didn't die. He's alive. As you knew, didn't you, father? In actual fact, no. What I did know is that when your ship docked in Hong Kong, he mysteriously vanished. We sent a team of investigators to Hong Kong to try to ascertain what had happened, but to no avail. But he's still alive, and here in London, you say. Never dared to even dream it. Why on earth did the young man not make a contact? The government and the police have been chasing clues fruitlessly for months now. Well, it seemed that he was suffering from amnesia. What? Amnesia? When we first came across him again here in London, we didn't know who either of us were. Huh, I see. He only regained his memories 8 days ago. This is unbelievable. So, what? He's chilling with Van Zeeks. Quite miraculous. I wonder why Lord Stronghand didn't let us know. I must speak with him urgently. I wonder how Kazuma's been these past few days. Wouldn't be wrong for us to go and visit him. Oh god. One more thing. That began 16 years ago now. It's a distant memory, really. It was Yujin here, Genshin Isogi, and myself. We were in the original 3. Oh, we were the original 3. First judicial scholars from Japan to travel overseas to study. Ocean voyages were not what they are today, I can tell you. 16 years ago, things were tough for the generation. Father was an exceptionally fine medical student at Yume University at the time, you know, young lady. Yes, grandmother told me. Went to do research at the Great London Hospital to study autopsy. Practically unheard of in Japan, and still wasn't, yeah. It was an eerie place, sandwiched between the backs of a prison and a burial ground. Ugh. No more talk about graves. Very often there was no one willing to deal with bodies following autopsy work. So you see, autopsy lads have something of an unavoidable relationship with graveyards and prisons. Not my cup of tea at all. Do you remember that Scottish prison governor? Caden was his name? He was a good man. Yes, but then of course in our 6th year here, everything changed with the dreadful case. Genshin was arrested for a series of the most gruesome murders. I simply couldn't believe it. I've known the man for years. I was a witness at the secret hearing and I tried to speak in his defense, but you went a little too far and ended up facing charges yourself, didn't you? Well, suffice to say that after the trial, we were sent back to we were sent back. There was nothing more we could do to save Genshin. It was a lost cause, sadly. I mean, he was a killer, right? I don't know why Zara was tearing up there. I'd like to get this trunk up to my room as soon as possible. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have held you up here for so long. I'll call for the porter, Dad. Just wait here. Oh, she's gone in a flash. Assassin's gone off on a run. I'd like to stay and talk more, but I do have various preparations to make for tomorrow. Yes, of course. It must be a big responsibility representing our entire country. I wish you the best of luck. Now, Hodo. I hope you keep an eye on Cesaro for me. You look after her as you obviously have been. Oh no, I mean, if everyone's looking after anyone, it's her looking after me. Well, I do appreciate you being there for her, after all. I've been a miserable father to her. I thoroughly let her down. Sorry? What do you mean? Yeah. I mean, what do you mean? No, hold on. Yeah. She was born then, right? Oh, he missed his daughter's birth, right? Oh, boy. Oh, accompanied by the most tragic event. Oh, yes. That's unhidden. Something like that. It was a rather turbulent time at home. Anyway, wait, so he missed his daughter's birth, right? No? Yeah, right. The point is, I became rather less dependable than befits a grown man. It was then that Cicero offered me the opportunity to study here in Great Britain. Yeah, I was too worried about you to leave you behind. So perhaps I was a little heavy-handed when it came to persuading you to accompany me to London. So that's what happened in a nutshell. And that's also the reason why I now feel compelled to give my daughter as many opportunities as are there. Though the world does not readily afford young women such things, I must say. I completely understand, Professor. Ah, one other thing, Miss Naruto. Oh, Naruto. If I may be so bold, I have a favor to ask you. Oh, really? Of course. What can I do for you? Well, the thing is, I'm so sorry that took so long. Hey, isn't he the, Well then, allow us to take your bags. Allow me to take your bags. One moment, if you please, Potter. Oh, of course, sir. That machine around your neck, it's a camera, I believe. Quite right, sir. Just 5 shillings for a lovely photograph to commemorate a wonderful stay at the hotel, sir. Well, I think given the occasion, we could just justify the expense. Ah, yes. Yes, of course. Yeah, wasn't he the rider? Bit nervous I am. I'd like to thank you for coming with me, Miss Naruto. Really made my father very happy, I think. Oh, well, I'm pleased then. But we were interrupted before. Professor Mikotoba was about to ask me something. Shall we return to Baker Street then? I want you to... No, I'm not gonna... I don't even know what the favor is. I'm getting more and more anxious about Kazuma, though. Perhaps I'll try to meet with Long Stronghand later and ask him after him. But what I was going to say is, like, I want you to continue the Mikotoba bloodline, but... where we're going? Should we go to Shalom's this week? Oh, Kazuma's mask is here. Ooey. What was that? Man screaming? In the most unflattering way. Do you think it could have been Mr. Shalom's? Oh my, I do hope not. Ooey. I don't do it anymore. Mon ami. Stop this disgraceful display, huh? What, these guys? French. Mon ami, look at their hair, it's bright red. I think they must be clients of Mr. Shalom's. Oh, Gina's here. Right, you two, you're coming with me now, down into the clink. No, not in prison, it's dark and damp and I don't like it. I don't like it. Obviously darkness it is, my friend. I'm not scared. We always are scared of the dark. Shut your mouth, you idiot. I was sit quietly in the dark. The plan our next daring is... iced. Well, these guys... Yeah, well tough. We'll finish this down to the yard. Now get moving. Bye then, Ginny. Have fun. Oh yeah, thanks, Iris. And thanks. You're a great detective. The salute. Hey, Gina makes a fine detective herself, doesn't she? Oh, Susie and Muno. Hello, Iris. Well, did you find your daddy? Yes. Yeah, for some... Yeah, I never mind. We arrived at the hotel just before he and his friends. Oh, well, that's great news. I hope I get to see my daddy get seen. Oh, no, Iris. Ah, yes, of course. Dr. John H. Wilson. So, Iris, all that remains now is that greatest of problems known to man. What? Dad is hair red. Before we concern ourselves with that, I believe some tea is in order, don't you, my dear fellows? Mr. Sholmes, you dyed your hair red. Something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Do I have a crumb or such like on my face? More than a crumb. Yeah, not so much on your face. As on your head, I say. Come along then, everyone. I've brewed a lovely special blend. Time for tea. What's going on here today? In that case, let's sit down and drink. For I am, in fact, expecting a guest later today. Mr. Sholmes, who were the two gentlemen that were here before? Oh, just a pair of petty criminals, nothing of the significance. Of course, they have to make a living somehow. And when the mood takes me, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to all the manner of infractions. When the mood takes you? Manner of infractions? But when such fellows set their sights on Mr. Herlock Sholmes, well, that's when their luck runs out. Oh my, you were a target of crime, Mr. Sholmes. But I quickly devised a plan to entrap them and deliver them to our young detective ally. You should have asked Gregsy to come too. We could have had an arresting tea party. I did send word, but no answer was forthcoming. Probably preparing to go to Paris, right? The man is consummately in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a word for it, I'm sure. Ah, I have it. A bungler. That's the word. Your job is not here to say that. Those redheads had been up to no good. I wonder what the men did. What was the greatest problem you have? Is it another finishly intricate case, Mr. Sholmes? Wait, can we see the people? How shall I explain them? Are you aware of the theory of evolution by natural selection, perchance? Well, yeah. I think I've heard of it before, yeah. I think I've heard of it before. Well, I know what it is, but... According to its author, Mr. Darwin, yeah. We humans were once ape who lives in the treetops. Wait, what? We were apes. Indeed, and from the very moment those apes descended from the canopy to live as humans, it had been our lot to be at the mercy of the greatest problem known to man. Our lot? What is the greatest problem? You tell me. Why, is it not obvious, my dear madame? Problem of rent. But did you not receive a rather large sum of money from Madame Tussbells only the other day? Pshaw, a large sum. A pot of herb for Iris and a new motor car for me later, and all of it has quite disappeared, I assure you. Honestly, Hurley, you know you squandered it. Yes, well, anyway, 2 days ago, that's how it got lifted. I discovered the answer to the man's greatest problem for the coming month, at least. And what was the answer? Why, there is a substantial clue before your very eyes. Is it the hair? Sorry, let me see. Humans are sorry creatures, unable to see what's in front of their noses. Let me give you some assistance. Don't look, but observe me very closely. There's one particular feature about my person that has changed. You should notice it at the end, I think. In the end? The hair? Yeah. It's been stabbing me in both eyes right from the very beginning of our conversation. I think we might need another clue before we uncover the full answer, Miss Naruhodo. Thanks for the hint. I'll be tearing my hair out. The charade goes on much longer. I'll be tearing my hair out. Alright, the lie you told. Mr. Slomes, isn't it about time you told us the truth? Just over a week ago, you said to us... Well, now I'll tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. I did lie to you. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that. I bet you he did die. That case aboard the SS Bureau in January. Casimir wasn't killed, and you knew he wasn't dead at the time. So what was really going on? The fellow was unconscious for a very long time. If he hadn't regained consciousness when he did, his life would have been in mortal peril. Of course, a side effect of the prolonged comatose state was amnesia, as you now know. It was a simple enough task to silence the crew. But how? After they carried him out of the cabin, I assembled them in the lobby area. Then I made them swear to leave him unconscious and have him unladled from the ship in Hong Kong as a murdered corpse. Unlaid? Oh, how horrible. It was necessary to find some material with which to persuade the crewmen to keep their word, of course. Why? Why you did it in the first place? I will be at liberty to elaborate in due course. Not now, apparently. For the time being, I would like to reassure you. I didn't foresee subsequent events. What events? His disappearance in Hong Kong. Oh. I believe I may have made a gross error of judgment. Mr. Shlomes. Mr. Shlomes. Alright, how about this hair? Wait, his hair? Can I present your hair? We done? I'm going to the Lord place. Here's the final draft of the opening address for tomorrow's proceedings. I supplemented your original with the figures you asked for from the ad. I see. Excellent work. Thank you. You're welcome, my lord. What's Lord Van Zeek's doing here? My, there seems to be an awful lot of tension in the air, when you say. This place is stifling enough as it is. We don't really need any more tension. Oh no. My apologies, I didn't notice you come in. Your small stature and dark dress make you all but invisible to me. I don't know if you heard me, like, sucked in some phlegm or something. Shouldn't have said that. Now then, Miss Naoto. Yes, my lord. I'm right here. Ugh, kill me now. Is something wrong? Perhaps it's a little too hot in here for you. Oh no, not at all. I mean, I never experienced a room at such a perfect temperature. If you're sure, the beads of sweat carving their way down your face seems to suggest otherwise. Because the daggers you're staring at me with, mainly. As you're no doubt aware, my International Forensic Science Symposium begins tomorrow. In fact, your father arrived in London earlier today, I hear, madame. Oh, yes, that's right, my lord. He's extremely honored to have been invited. I'll leave the remaining preparations for the meeting room in your capable hands then, Lord Van Zeeks. I will attend at once. Oh. Catching a glance on me. He gave you a very cold stare as you left, didn't he? I know, but I haven't done anything. Have I? Gave him more work. These past few days, my feet have barely touched the ground, I must say. My dedicated right hand of many years was recently put out of action in spectacular fashion. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is your left hand still of service? Mr. Naoto, he's talking about Dr. Sheath. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, I'm terribly sorry about that. I was just, Fear not, you've done nothing wrong. Dr. Sheaf's own wrongdoing precipitated the situation. Is your life hamster doing alright? You don't need to concern yourself with it any further. That would be a lot easier. Do if you weren't for the piercing stare you're giving me. That's too good. That's too good. That was a good one now, though. Obviously, he's doing something good job. Though, disturbingly, his apprentice has been missing since yesterday. Oh. Missing? Oh, don't tell me he's dead again. No, if Kazma's dead again, I'm actually gonna cry. Just met the man. Not long ago, visitors numbers of the great exhibition exceeded 30 million. Jeez. 30 million. Were there even that many people in the world? I guess it is people around the world. As a comparison, Mr. Naoda, the population of Imperial Capital Tokyo is 2 million. I will be opening the International Forensic Science Symposium in the exhibition's main auditorium. This event has been 2 years in the making, 2 years of preparation and negotiation with other countries. Sounds like a tremendous achievement. Congratulations. The 20th century will see the wholesale adoption of forensic investigation techniques, and cooperation between policing organizations around the globe will be essential. Which is why this landmark first symposium has to be hosted here, at the heart of our great British Empire. In order that Scotland Yard can become the leading investigative organization in the whole of the whole world. He's the same as ever, I see. That passion is quite something else. Yeah, every bit of passion in your own way, I'm sure, now, though. I'm the only person in this country who truly cares about a future that embraces forensic science. It was my intention to become Her Majesty's Attorney General and reform the Yard from the ground up. So, the disgrace of the forensic investigation team has been a bit of a blow to my ambitions. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, even I can't keep this story out of the papers. 6 million Londoners will be cursing forensic science now. This incident will set back our country's advancement in the field by a good 10 years, I say. Unintended repercussions of our trial. You see, we couldn't have overlooked what had happened, though. True, we didn't want Audrey, you know. Is it Audrey? I don't know why I keep saying that. Falsifying information, yeah, misinformation. Anyway, I'll still reform this country's policing when I become Attorney General. This might delay my plans, but it won't alter them. Nothing will stand in my way. Alright, the missing apprentice. Where is Kazma? Oh, yes, that came to surprise me, I must say, that you and he are old friends. How did you become an apprentice to Lord Van Zieks in the first place? He came about 3 months ago. An unidentified Asian man was apprehended by border police. I found him hiding aboard a large goods vessel. Oh my. So he stowed away to get here? He had no papers to identify him, no passports, and he was suffering from amnesia, too. Other than the fact he was clearly of Eastern descent, there were no clues as to who he was. So I decided to assign him to Lord Van Zieks, that way I could keep an eye on him. Then, why the mask? I didn't want to burden Lord Van Zieks with tiresome explanations about why he had an Eastern apprentice, because it would be so much easier to explain why he was wearing a mask. It's proven to be great help to Lord Van Zieks. I have high hopes for his future. By the way, do you know where he's gone? No idea, but I believe he's left London for the time being. Don't know why he went and left. Oh. I take it you also didn't know. Yeah, no. That the man's father was one of the country's most infamous criminals, I mean. Like Genshin Isoge, yeah. What we learned from that trial 8 days ago was a huge shock finding out my friend's father was... Ah yes, Genshin Isoge. The professor's case 10 years ago caused a great stir here in Britain. It was such awful murders and unprecedented, using a ferocious dog as a murder weapon. And no one here would have believed the culprit was a foreign student invited to study here by the government. So the true identity of the killer couldn't be made public then, and can be made public now. Nobody in your country knows it was him, and neither do the citizens of London. The main motivation was to avoid aggravating relations between our two nations at the time, I understand. Correct. However, it has to be noted that there were some supporters of the professor's apparent cause of the mass murderer. The majority of the man's victims were a blight on the aristocracy of the day. Somewhat ironically, their deaths actually benefited society as a whole. Or so a few fair thinkers of London believe that way. Alright. I see. Yeah. But it was still murder, wasn't it? What, because of wealth? It seems very similar, doesn't it? The idea of the Reaper of the Bailey. Huh? Yeah, you can't press anything except A. I think that's it. Where am I going? Back to the hotel? Shlomes? Seems to have drawn a lot of little stick figures all lined up. Cheap apples at the market is what all of them says. What? The little figures can speak. All your questions would be answered if you would read this month's Rants magazine. Yeah, how about Shlom's hair? Do I just go into this again? Should I examine the mask? Look observably. Yeah, there's hair. Master Casimir wore when he was assigned to Lord Van Zieks as his apprentice. When he cast his side off the trial the other day, I just sort of picked it up. We ought to give it back to him, I suppose. He has his memory back now, doesn't he? I can't help the feeling he might turn around and tell me coldly to wear it myself. Isn't he your best friend? I don't know what I'm doing. I guess back to the legal consultancy. What to do? Where you gone? Good news that Professor Mikotoba arrived safely, isn't it? The fact that father has been invited to this important international event really makes me very proud to be his daughter. And of course, there's the ever-increasing number of Japanese here in Britain's capital, isn't there? Well, yes, I suppose so. But London does have a population of 6 million people, so I think we're still a minority. And it's almost as if some great power has been at work, drawing them here across the ocean to London. I feel as though the waters are starting to swell again now. But where am I going? Should I just present him my... Don't really remember. Am I saying that it's a collar from a breed of miniature canine with a particularly long neck? Were to precipitate here we go again from your lips, how be sure it was not the first time? Deduction, you see, my dear far. Deduction. Right. I guess we go to the hotel. Diamond, maybe? You go to the right side. Never mind. Doesn't see anything. Go upstairs. Look at the cases just there. No, I wasn't meant to hit that. Why did the party give me such a scathing look just now, do you suppose? Well, some might say you look a little suspicious with your jet black clothes. Where are we going? Gotta present my armband. I guess it's something to do with Shlom's area, probably. I can, Alright, with the pawnbroker, yeah. Oh, hold on, the paper. Just screwing across. This is like last week's edition. It says, to the Red-Headed League. Red-Headed League. What's that? Oh, I guess that's what it means to observe, then look. Got red hair. Something on my face? Maybe this has something to do with that. Lively hair. Presented? The Red-Headed League. Does that strike you in some way? I was thinking that just maybe it might be related. Your bright red hair. So, alas, you learned to apply my methods, Mr. Naruto. Sorry? The first instance and quite indispensable observation. Believe me, I could have seen that hair with my eyes shut. So then, allow me to regale you with the deals of my latest exploits. Regale or boast? Alright. So what is the Red-Headed League, which seems to be the subject of the advertisement? Advertisement, you say. I don't know why I went for that one. Advertisement. You noticed it in the paper, did you? That, my dear fellow, was going to be the source of this month's rent payment. Oh, it was? How? According to the advertisement, the Redhead League is the distinguishing institution of fellows of unspecified governance. In fact, the only condition for being a member is having red hair. That doesn't entirely surprise me. But listen to what the lucky redheads receive once they join. The unconditional salary of £4 a week. Oh my, £4 a week? Why? Why are they paying people for? That I don't know. No details are given in the advertisement. Surely every red-headed person in the country will be fucking joining that case. It's like rare, I guess. You're right, Susie. There's no time to lose. I'll put in my application as one. Is this true? So I just... On the off chance. I might be stretching a point, I think. Trouble is, you have a fixed number of members, you see. Oh, I see. So once a certain number of people have joined, no one else can. But as luck would have it, one member recently passed away. As he smiles. It wasn't particularly lucky for the redhead in question, I feel. Mr. Schlows. So, you decided to join in this place? Correct. I mean, look at me. Have you ever seen such a red-headed fellow? No. So why? Why did it have to go so wrong? What? What on earth happened? A blunder, Mr. Naruhodo. Though it pains me to admit. My blunder? Your blunder? What did you actually do to your hair, Mr. Shams? Glad you asked, Mr. Zano. What you see atop my head is neither dyed nor a hairpiece. It's a wig. I changed the color of my hair overnight by the wonders of chemistry. Wait, didn't he say that it wasn't a dye, though? Neither dyed or hairpiece. Alright. I was conducting some research into a method of rejuvenating spent tea leaves. And in my course of work, I stumbled upon a potion that was, when taken, turns one hair a flame-like red. Would you like to try it? It will make every hair on your body perfectly crimson. Yeah, I think I'll pass. I'm guessing crimson does not exist in the Redhead Society. Or the Redhead League. Amateurs are always hampered by such fears. Oh. Should never doubt you, Mr. Slavs. I mean to say. Of course. To earn £4 a week, one must be prepared to turn a blind eye to a little danger. And that degree of red signals more than just a little danger, surely. So, anyway, I heard he left full of confidence yesterday with his new red hair. For the park on Lime Street where the Redhead League were interviewing prospective new members. So, what went wrong? The whole park was choked with redhead folk. Like a coaster's orange barrow. Queued for 8 hours solid before at last I reached the front. When the panel of interviewers saw me, they immediately said, Mr. Hollock Shlomes, are you in disguise to conduct an investigation? Oh, right, he's too popular. Then naturally, I had no choice but to reply, shh, don't give me away. After which, I could do little else but turn and leave. Then this morning, when I looked into the mirror, irritation stirred within me. So I turned that pair into the police. Oh dear, what a disaster. Hurley and those two redheads. Oh. Aha! Here's my guest now, my latest client with money to spend. Oh, I do hope it's an exciting case, Hurley. Remember, Iris, we are presented gripped by the greatest problem known to man. Rent. I must be willing to accept any case, no matter how unstimulating. Save locating a runaway, of course. Don't spare anyone's feelings, will ya? Oh dear. Afraid that Hurley can lack a little tact, especially just before the renters do. Oh shit. Mr. Shlomes, Hurlock Shlomes. Please, oh please, it's Joe number 2. Please find my husband, he's run away. Well, he did say about the stuff. Yeah, run away. To upset me. I beg your pardon? Never mind, a personal matter. My apologies. What exactly are you trying to say, Mr. Naruhodo? I didn't say a word. Come, my dear madame, be seated. Iris, some tea if you please. Boss. What's the matter, Mrs. Anno? Oh, it's just that gentlewoman. Feel sure I've seen her somewhere before. Very recently. Yes, now you've come to mention it. I'll explain earlier. My name is Evie Vigil. I implore you to take the case, sir. Money is no object. Simply name your figure. Oh, shit. Money and wealth are little consequence to me, madame. Being offered a case to solve is war. I don't know. Had to lie through his teeth with the real situation. Your picture of benevolence. I will, of course, make a mental note of your offer, however, for congruent reasons. Conjugant reasons. I trust you remember your words also. If I might inquire, sir. This gentleman and lady would be... Oh, me? What am I about to tell you? I should like to communicate in the strictest confidence. You understand? Ah, these are my friends. I assure you, you may say before this pair anything which you may say to me. Ah, I see. I can vouch for the gentleman personally. After all, he's a liar. He's hard of hearing. Huh? What did I ever get my hopes up? Yeah, he just lie through his teeth. Or maybe I have to talk to him because... Oh yeah, forgive me for asking, Miss Virgil. Have we met somewhere before? Quite recently, perhaps. Oh my. Pshaw. My dear fellow, what is your intention? Clearly you have no ability to differentiate the facial feelings of the English. If you wish to invite the lady to tea, you must do so in a more gentlemanly fashion. Is it possible that you're the nice young lawyer from the trial I attended last week? Ah, I knew I recognized her. Yes, she's juror number 2. I don't know if she was in the previous jurors before, but yeah. I think we've seen her before though. I didn't quite recognize her because she's acting so differently now. It must be very difficult for you as a lawyer. Being hard of hearing, I mean. God damn it. Pardon? Oh dear. I'm so sorry. Don't worry if you can't hear. Oh, it's trippy. Really? Nothing more. No. Now look what you've started. Thank you very much. I believe it would be prudent for you to sit quietly in the corner. Yes. Alright, well... Alright, it's getting close to the 2 hours, but... Let's converse with all these guys. Go through all of this first. Tell us about your husband, madame. Mr. Vigil, my Dally, is 40 years of age. How old is she? Do we know? 40 years. How old is she? 36. Alright. 4 years difference. I have a photograph here. Oh, just tell me he's dead. An entirely unremarkable gentleman, by appearance at least. How long have you been married? Oh yeah, here we go. We'll be 15 years. Whoa, long, yeah. We have a cordial relationship. My husband's income is more than adequate, so we live quite comfortably. As it would appear. I need only look at you to know these things. Oh gosh. Your dress is the latest style. Your hair clearly regularly groomed and your eyes are animated. In short, you have no inkling as to why your husband might have disappeared, correct? 2 colorations. He's the kind of man with a strong sense of loyalty, and he rather dotes on me. Oh. Which would point to the possibility that he has become embroiled in some incident or another. Oh, that is exactly what I feared must have happened, Mr. Sholmes. I'm quite beside myself. A husband employment is somewhat unusual, you see. What if he's incurred some miscreant ill will? What exactly is your husband's line of work? He's a warder. At the prison. Oh my god. That's somewhat unusual. Yeah, and he gets paid well? So, your husband is a prison warder. Don't tell me he's involved with the incident 10 years ago. It could be, as well. He's the chief warder. Oh, yeah, that's probably the big bucks there, yeah. Well, chief prison warder certainly qualifies as something as a specialist occupation. It does indeed. He must have some authority, right? My poor prison must prepare those dreadful punishments and see that they are carried out. Alright. Dreadful punishment? Does she mean capital punishment? or death sentences. At such time, he must occasionally spend a night or two in the prison dormitory. Before the extra responsibility, he must remunerate more handsomely than the other warriors. Alright. Of course, we make no mention of my husband's work to the neighbors. I see. Yes, I believe your prudence is justified. Tell me, what prison is your husband engaged? Barclay Prison, Mr. Sholmes. Really? Barclay? Oh, a fine establishment. If I'm not mistaken, there is a large cemetery just behind of it. Ah, so that is where the hanging happened. Lowgate Cemetery. No. Lowgate Cemetery. Very place we were discussing Todd. Yeah, if it was the actual Ace Attorney, that music would have been played. Attention music. Pay no heed. A private manner. This can't really be a coincidence, can it? Oh, your husband might be in for... I think he might be dead though, which is a bit sad. When did you realize he was missing? Please try not to laugh. It was yesterday. I'm sorry? Yesterday? That really is recent. Laughably so. The truth is, my husband does at times have occasions to spend the night away from his work. It's not all out of the ordinary for him to not return home at night, but this is different. For him to not make any contact for a whole day, that has certainly never happened before. Oh, my dear Dally. Whatever can... yeah. My dear Mrs. Vigil, please calm yourself. Now then, have you contacted the police? Why? Naturally. But sadly, they refuse to listen to my pleas, as my husband has only been missing for one day. That's true. I was asked to wait patiently at home. It was too short notice. In truth, Mrs. Vigil, I concur with the police. However, let us not be hasty. I see no reason why we should not engage my deductive powers to track your husband down anyway. Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. And furthermore, let me assure you, a chance to solve the greatest problem known to man for another month has no bearing on my decision. I seek only to put a sweet smile on another Londoner's face. That's really all there is to it. You little deceiving, conniving little detective. Seek only to put this suit's rent in the landlady's purse. That's all there is to it, yeah. Alright, I think we're done here. Thank you for everything you have shared with us, Mrs. Virgil. Or Vigil. I believe I have all the information I need to begin my investigation. Oh, please report to me as soon with good news, sir. Fear not, madame. In a day or two, I shall be contacting you with a hardening report, I'm quite sure. And then he's dead. Oh, how splendid, Mr. Sholmes. Good news should be delivered early, I always say. No news is also good news. If you would be so kind to leave the photograph of your husband in my possession. Oh, in my possession. Thank you. Now, allow me to show you the door. Can't thank you enough, Mr. Sholmes. You've been simply marvelous. You know, I think every time Hurley. But how do you come up with such nonsense? Good news in a day or two? Are you sure? I can't be sure, of course, but then I didn't swear on it. I merely gave the good woman some hope. I hope to be able to give her good news, one might say. After all, the rent must be paid by the end of the day tomorrow. Jesus. If by that time I successfully located Mr. Vigil, we shall be mutually relieved. Will we get paid if we win you agree, Miss Naoda? Don't look at me with those pleading eyes. Well, my dear fellows, did you hear the details of the case? Yes, my hearing is surprisingly good, actually. Excellent. And what do you make of it? Well, I was surprised to learn where her husband worked, at Barclay's prison. Or Barclay prison. Ah, so you noted that. Of course, especially with the mention of Lowgate Cemetery. Yeah, here we go, tense music. Barclay prison is where that notorious man once Incarcerated. The professor. Now a warder from the prison has mysteriously disappeared, it would seem. It's all very peculiar. Indeed. Nothing you can't handle, I'm quite certain, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Run along to the prison and see what you can glean. Would you? It's the prison governor you want. No doubt the man is equally worried. But aren't you gonna go yourself? Surely you need an ask. I can't possibly be seen out with his hair. Oh. Didn't you go to Lime Street with that hair? It was quite a different matter. But I'll leave it in your capable hands. Now, if you excuse me, I'm rather busy. Oh, well. Of course you are. Alright. And it's a good time to save it. Back to the title. No. Go back. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that was, yeah, that was quite the session, wasn't it? Completed episode 3, starting on episode 4, and it's gonna get a bit more interesting as we head to Barclay's prison. And yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this session, The Great Ace Attorney. I'll see you guys next time, and catch you guys later.